move him to the front of the line.
But that
for
was,
him to come on and agree with you two.
When I was doing the show
Eddie.
Monday, I made that point very clear that everybody would have to play. And yes, a lot of our talk is what if Saquon were to get hurt? But to Eddie's point, what if Lane Johnson got hurt? You know, we know the stats of when Lane Johnson's playing and when he's not playing. Jordan Mailata, I just saw one of those. You know how they always have the graphs, the charts of like certain things, like this quarterback throwing under pressure. This guy put out the offensive tackle island rate and performance when left on an island, so you're not having somebody chip, you're not having somebody help you. The very top right is Lane Johnson. Right beneath him is Jordan Mailata. Mailata last year was not good.
No, he did not have a good
year.
He's been outstanding.
He's been ridiculous. So imagine if, God forbid, one of those two guys goes down. We're so focused on the Saquon factor of all of this. If Landon Dickerson went down, who has been hobbling a lot this year, we've seen him knee, ankle, shoulder, wrist. Becton's been hurt a lot. Not that Tyler Steen's been bad, but I would rather Dickerson or Becton than Tyler Steen in the playoff game.
Gotcha. And you make a great – no one's going to argue with that rationale.
Oh, people have argued it.
And to me, though, is Jordan Mailata feels one way and Lane Johnson feels another.
Yeah.
So those two incredible tackles feel one way or another. And, by the way, I think my numbers have been verified to me.
Okay.
On the offensive lineman. That it probably went 3-2.
3-2? I could see it.
But they didn't go with – so then if you add in Saquon's vote, it's 4-2.
And you said AJ's was rest?
Oh, no. Then if you give those guys votes, then AJ's was rest. Devontae was more iffy. But the majority vote seems like it would have been play him.
But let's talk about the wide receivers real quick while you bring them up. Because the Philadelphia Eagles this year, with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts healthy, are undefeated. The only games they've lost have been games that those guys have been out due to injury.
Yeah.
Like, you need everyone healthy. You need them. It makes you significantly more susceptible to losing in the postseason if you don't have these guys, and you'd have to play them if Saquon plays.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that they would have gotten hurt, but it's avoiding the risk of them playing, and that's why I've been and Connor's been on my side since Sunday. I just appreciate that Nick Sirianni made the right decision, John. That's
I got something too for you though. I forgot that I had this.
Can you save it so that we can do the fear-mongering thing?
Save it. Yeah, I'll save it.
All right,
but it's something
look, trust me, we're talking about Saquon until 10 o'clock
today.
Yeah,
it is. We'll be all over.
But please,
this one is a Jalen Hurts thing, though.
You're going to
do a little tasty.
Ooh, you're going to do something that I really appreciate, and I will say now, I stand by John Kincaid's side on this topic.
Haley, roll the tape, is what I say when we start this. If you are among the Eagles fan base and you are, oh no, we may have to play the Packers in the wild card game. Here's what I need you to do. Put out a tweet right now and just say, I don't think the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. I don't think the Eagles are getting to the Super Bowl. Because if you're scared of the Green Bay Packers, if you're worried about, oh my gosh, the Eagles might not be able to beat the Packers, then you don't believe in the Eagles. So just say that. Don't go to the other, well, the Packers are really scary. That's a really scary team to have to play. Really? Are they scary? Let me ask you something. They got 5 losses this year. 5, which is a really good season.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
11-5 is a good season. Who are the 5 losses to? The Eagles, twice to the Lions, twice to the Vikings. So in other words, every time Green Bay has been asked to show what they are, they have pooped themselves. They trailed the Eagles by as much as 5. That's the closest they played anybody. They trailed the Vikings by 28 in the first matchup. They trailed the Lions by 21 in the first matchup. Don't go by the final scores when teams are up by 4 touchdowns and then Jordan Love gets a bunch of garbage yards. They trailed the Lions by 21 in the first matchup, trailed the Lions by 10 in the second matchup, trailed the Vikings by 17 in the second matchup. The Green Bay Packers are a creation in the minds of, well, our own Ray Dunn and maybe some others here in the fan base. If you are scared that the Eagles can win a home playoff game after a bye week that they're creating for themselves, you're worried about that game and you're saying, man, I think the Packers are really dangerous. All I need you to do is just say, well, then I just showed it to you. Then you think they're not beating the Lions, they're not beating the Vikings. Because whenever they've been asked to show up and tell you who they are, the Green Bay Packers have come up small. So just tell everybody, I don't believe in the Eagles. Because that is what you're saying, but you're not saying it. Because you don't have the guts to say it. I want everybody to sprout a pair, if you're an Eagles fan, and just say whether they're going to win or not, whether you think they can go to a Super Bowl or not. Because if you're trying to tell me that the Packers are so dangerous, the Lions and the Vikings are decidedly more dangerous. And I could make the argument that Tampa Bay is decidedly more dangerous with their history against Jalen Hurts.
Thank you so much for checking out our content on the 97.5 The Fanatic YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, you can always be checking the playlist. There may be something you missed from one of our shows during the day that you want to go back and check out. So every time you like a video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and you'll have that great content coming to you every single day. You're greatly appreciated.